Hey, welcome to Keight Krafts. I'm Keight. Today I would like to share with you a birthday card with a bit of a story. Let's get started. So to kick things off, we are jumping right into the coloring, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this set. This is Thinking of Mew. Yes, Mew. I think it is so stinking adorable. And I ended up stamping and die cutting these guys out off camera, and I tell you, this stamp and die set, I absolutely love it. These cats are so sweet and adorable, and I couldn't help myself. I knew exactly what I wanted to make as soon as I cracked open the box, because at the time of this recording, I had actually been cat sitting. Yes, cat sitting. My neighbors like to go back home to visit family overseas, and hands down, no problem, I will watch your cats. So I end up going over there and feeding their cats and hanging out with them, and she's got a lot of four, and they were the inspiration behind this card. So she's got two orange cats, Mojo and Jojo, a all gray cat named Ash, and a black and white one named Lucky, and she is the only female in the group, and they are all litter mates. And Jojo is this big fat orange scaredy cat who will only come into the same room as me if I have food. Ash is somewhat similar. He is the all gray one, and he is very cautious but a little bit more brave than Jojo. And then there is Lucky. Lucky, when I first started watching these cats, I couldn't find Lucky anywhere, and I looked all over the basement for her, and I really hoped for the best that I didn't lock her in a door or upstairs or anything like that. And truth be told, she was okay. She was just hiding on me, and I ended up finding her, and she actually ended up coming out to me and letting me pet her, and that is something that's never happened. So I felt quite special. She did hiss at me after a while, but that's okay. I'll take the win. And then you have the other orange cat, Mojo, and he is just the sweetest, coolest little dude you've never ever met. I mean, he's not little, but he is still pretty stinking cute. Anyway, that was the inspiration behind this card today. I wanted to base this card off of my neighbor's lot, and I just think they're a bunch of comical little cats. So that was the whole story behind why I colored the two orange ones, a gray one and a black and white one. So back to the card itself. So I've used some of this I forget what kind of paper this is. I think I ended up getting this paper from Liz from Get Lizicle. She had sent me some fun paper to play with, and I think that it's from like an Easter pack. I'm not 100% sure. Or this could be the pack that Jamie sent me for making Scrappy. I'm not sure either. But I do know that this is the Happy Birthday die set that is from Get Lizicle, and I never knew I needed one of these until I got one of these, and I tell you, I have probably made 6 or 7 cards with this Happy Birthday since getting it in my grubby little paws, and it is such a wonderful addition to quick birthday cards, I tell you. And when I was making this card, I wasn't exactly quite sure how I wanted to tie everything together. I know I wanted to use the stained glass window die set, and I know I wanted to use the cats, but I just didn't know how to quite incorporate them together. And then when I turned around and looked in my stash, lo and behold, I had not put this away yet, and I was like, you know what? You'll do. Happy birthday, you'll do. So thanks, Liz, for making this die and offering it to the general public, because I tell you, I know there's tons of these guys out there, but this one in particular is quite special. I really like this one because you've got the solid letters of happy, and then you've got this dainty little adorable scripty birthday, and I always use the little lose the little tittle for the eye, but that's okay because you could easily add a little tiny gemstone to it, and it just makes it that much more cute. But what I'm doing here is I'm just taking some white 110-pound cardstock and gluing this onto my shadow die. When I was watching a video that Liz had put out recently, because this is part of her new release that she's got going on at the time of this recording, which we are in February of 2025. And how she put it together was that she put the first layer down onto her shadow die cutout, and then she put the layer on top of it, and said she found out that it was a little bit easier putting it down this way, from what I understood. So I thought I'd give it a go, because I think last time I did this, I put the letters all together, stacked up, and then I put it all on the shadow die in behind there. So I don't know. Either or. I like both ways. This is a little bit easier, so especially with the small finicky bits. I think for the small finicky bits, this would probably be a lot easier just to get everything down there, because I think the last time I did it, it was a little bit off because I needed a quick birthday card. But yeah, overall I really like the stamp set, and I have gotten my use out of it. And I know I do have another birthday card that I probably will share with you. I'm not sure where it is in the list, as I don't want to bombard you solely with birthday cards. I do have some more Whimsy videos coming up, which I'm quite excited about. So stay tuned to that. And, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscription button, and, maybe turn on that bell for some notifications. And if you happen to like this video, you know what to do. Anyway, so I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and then of course I like making shakers. Um, if you watched my last scrap and stamp hop, that's one of my favorite techniques. When in doubt, turn it into a shaker. Need a wedding card? Shaker card. Need a birthday card? Shaker card. Sorry for your loss? Shaker card. I just, I'm shaking the fun out of it already, right? Anyway, so I've got this piece of vellum that I thought I would add to the mix just to kind of break up the color, so you get like a softer green in the background and you don't lose the green of the happy birthday on the yellow. And I just picked those colors to tie in with the colors that were on my pattern paper, just to make it a little matchy-matchy. And I'm just taking a little bit of tape runner on the back side of this because I want to make sure that it sticks to the vellum. And then we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue, because you all know how I like to double stick. So once we've got that glue on there, we are going to give everybody a mash down. I'm sorry it's a bit off of camera there. I was just kind of eyeballing where I needed to go. So I'm going to use my grid mat, allow myself to line this stuff up. And then once I'm happy with the placement, I'll smooch it over a little bit, just a smidge. And then when I'm happy with that, we get that going down there. And then I'll go ahead and glue down those cats. But first I want to make sure I give that a good mash down, because I'm not going to be able to when I have everything glued down. So again, we're going to do the same process with the cats. We're going to add a little bit of tape runner to the back, and we're going to add some glue. Make sure we've got good adhesion for this card, because it's a shaker card. So we're going to line those guys up right at the bottom, and I don't know, I really love these stinking cats. I love the fact that I was able to turn them into my neighbor's cats, just because they're so stinking adorable. And because I don't want all the little shaker bits to go all the way to the bottom and out of sight, out of mind, we're going to put a little band of foam tape here once I got the proper size cut. So we've got that. We're gonna mash that down just below that opening so you don't see it, and that way it'll keep all of the bits from going completely down to the bottom of the card. And because I'm a little overzealous with my foam tape and I want to make sure that everybody stays up, we are gonna go ahead and we are gonna add a little bit more to prop up some of this so it doesn't sink in so much. So I'm gonna cut little bits to put on the back sides of my alphabets here, the happy birthday. And then I end up running into a little bit of a snafu. Um, you see, I was trying to be really, really careful trying to fill this up, and I ended up making a mess. But I don't know. Sometimes I have these grand ideas on how I want to put together shaker cards, and instead of doing the tried and true method, I'll try another way, see if it works any better, and usually 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. So I'll show you in a minute what I mean. So once I've got the glue on there, I'm going to stand above my project and line everybody up. Now I didn't pull the release paper off that top right away because I wanted to create a little bit of an opening to drop my seed beads in, because these things are bouncy and they all go all over the place, and I always seem to get them not so much into the shaker card itself, but all around me. So you can kind of see these guys. These are, I think, Michael's from Recollection brand. I bought like a long time ago. So here's my idea. I'm going to, kind of dip them into that little pocket, but I didn't realize that I had a lot of foam tape under that happy birthday, and it was hard kind of getting them down, and I kind of gave up on the process, and I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. That's what you get. Eventually they go all the way down to the bottom and you can shake them around, but I think had I put a little more thought into this, I wouldn't have put so much foam on that happy birthday. Maybe one just kind of in the middle to prop it all up. I don't know. It wasn't very smart on my part, but in the end, the card turned out just fine. So maybe a little word of caution when you're trying to do something like this. Don't put so much foam tape at the top where you gotta put the beads in. So once we've got enough glue here and we've got some tape runner on our card base, we're gonna line that up onto the front here and give that a good mash down. And here you have my finished card. I really like how this turned out. I think those cats are so stinking cute. I'll make sure to leave a list of everything that I used in today's project down below. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.